Hello there, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We are here today talking about the lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus occurring on the 28th of October of 2023. We're going to talk about what areas of your life are being activated at this time. And we're also going to pull some cards and get some more information out. So if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to you. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm always grateful for every single one of you. And if you are new, you are landing at Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria, and if you do find that you enjoy this video and the content, please do take a moment to press like on this video, hit the notification bell so that you always know when I post something new, which is just about every single day. There's something coming up there for you. So this is a full moon in the sign of Taurus at 5 degrees. And it is a partial lunar eclipse. And this is a really significant one because this is a final eclipse in the Taurus eclipse cycle that we've had that started in the fall of 2021. So with this being the final eclipse in that series, it's like the big show. Eclipses bring change, they bring fated events, and with full moons bring intensity and emotions as well. But you could have some big endings coming in. You could have something really wonderful coming to fruition for you as well. We can kind of have either one of those going on. Full moons do bring about healing energy. And with this one, it's really quite special because we are in Scorpio season, right? So we've had those eclipses on the Scorpio-Taurus axis, and this is a full moon eclipse in Taurus. So Scorpio energy is very complicated, quite often very deep, very mysterious, very complicated, whereas Taurus energy is a little bit quieter, more down to earth, and a little bit more simple. So part of the way that you can navigate this particular eclipse is to keep things simple. Connect with the earth, walk in the grass, tend to your garden, bring some plants in the house, whatever that happens to be for you. Connecting with nature will really help you with this intense energy. But this is also the time, because it is just a few days before Halloween or Samhain, whatever it is that you do celebrate at this time of year. And it is very well known that this is the time of year when the veil between worlds is thin. So between our 3D world and between our spiritual world. Very thin, great time to engage in meditation. Great time to try and connect with past loved ones. Part of the jack-o'-lantern at this time of year is jack-o'-lanterns were lit to honor those that have passed on, and to light a candle to welcome them back home. They're welcome to visit, in the face that's on the jack-o'-lantern, which is traditionally quite scary, is actually meant to ward off evil spirits, right? So you're inviting only the ones that are in alignment or good with you into your home. So very interesting kind of folklore behind that. So this is a really powerful energy. You might find your dreams are a little bit more vivid. You may find your intuition is very much like lit up on fire. So it's a really great energy there for you. Now, this particular eclipse, it is ruled by Venus. Venus is a very beneficial planet, bringing us beauty and love and new beginnings, some fresh energy, but it also brings abundance and brings resources. So with the Taurus energy, Taurus is very much a money sign, and Venus is related to money. So some of you could be experiencing some changes in regards to money. You might be doing something like paying off some loans and getting free of that burden. For some of you, you might be making a big purchase, or maybe you're changing how you spend your money or how you make it. So there could be a little bit of a money focus here for you. Now, this eclipse is occurring in your 5th astrological house, and it's actually ruled by the sun in Leo, so it's kind of fun. The 5th house is where we express ourselves, where we may focus on love and romance. We do have a very positive influence of Jupiter at this time, and Jupiter can bring us some good luck and expansion and growth and wisdom. And in this energy, some of you could be very lucky in love at this time. You could hit some milestone in a relationship. Some of you, if you're single, you could be possibly meeting some new people, especially since we have have a lot of planets at this eclipse in your 11th house, which is our social networks, right? Our social house, getting out there, meeting people. This has to do with our wishes. So some of you may have a wish, a dream coming true at this time, or you know what it is you want and you're gaining clarity and focus on the future, because the 11th house has to do with the future. But this also has to do with liberty, freedom, right? Liberating yourself from something that has been holding you back or tying you, weighing you down. So this can be this great energy here where you do feel a little bit lighter and brighter than perhaps you have been. Venus is actually in your ninth house, and your ninth house is ruled by Jupiter. So the ninth house brings wisdom. It has to do with your higher mind. So maybe you've got some big ideas or you're seeing the big picture. Again, you might get some clarity there for yourself. And with Venus being there, this can represent something blossoming for you. Some of you might be graduating if you've been going to school. Some of you might be wrapping up legal situations there. And Venus can, of course, bring us something new in these areas. So we can have some fun. We can pick up some hobbies. We can take a little bit more pleasure and joy in life. So this can be a really fun eclipse for you guys. So maybe you are finding ways in your world to make a little bit more space to do the things that you love and the things that bring joy and pleasure to your world and to your heart. We start out with owl energy for you guys here, and this is the wisdom keeper. So in this energy, right, we've got a key and we've got a keyhole. And of course, with the influence of Jupiter, not to mention your ninth house energy, you can be gaining some wisdom, some insights on something. Maybe you're reflecting. The full moon does bring reflection, right? We kind of think about how far we've come in the last 6, 12, 18 months or so. And you might be gaining some deep understanding about certain things that have gone on in your world. So there's some wisdom coming to you in this energy. It is card number 40, breaks down into a 4. 4s bring stability and security, but they're also 4s represent your home life, your family, and also your work as well, right? So you could be figuring out how to get a little bit more stability and security in those areas, or everything is just coming together for you and you're feeling a lot better. But there is wisdom somewhere to be had here, whether it comes via a dream, comes via your intuition, or you may just have a little light bulb moment. And so find a little bit of a quiet place at this eclipse, whether it's just 10 minutes on your own with no one around you, sitting on the couch, just close your eyes, just chill. Maybe, bubble bath might be really good for you right about this time. Just something to kind of just relax you a little bit and allow your energy to flow. That's usually where we get answers. We have peace coming out here for you. We've got movement. And we have space. Hey, make space. There you go. So in this energy, I do feel that there is something that you are moving away from, moving towards. If you've been feeling stuck in a rut in the last little while, I feel that things are about to shift for you in a very positive way. We do have the peace energy, right? So this can say, figure out your way forward or your next steps on something if you've been feeling stuck, or even if you just, are just trying to be a little bit more in tune with yourself and your surroundings, right? Find a peaceful, quiet space here and allow the energy to flow, and you'll figure out what your next steps are supposed to be. The answers will come to you. This is also a time of peace and balance and harmony in your world. So this can be really wonderful energy for you, especially if you've been through some ups and downs over the last couple of years, as a lot of people have. There's been a lot of uncertainty. There's still a lot of uncertainty out in the world, right? But this is all about turning inward, focusing on you. Don't let the outside in. It is important to be aware of what's going on in the world around us, right? We don't want to be completely in la land, but we need to recognize that there are certain things that we can change, certain things that we can't. And one of the best things that we can do in difficult times is to live our life from the inside out, project our inner energy to the outside, right? Rather than absorb the negative energy or the uncertainties or whatever's going on into us, right? If enough people open their heart space and let their beautiful light out, the world will be a much better place, a more peaceful place. I also do feel like you're making amends with something here. Full moons are about cleansing and purging and healing. And in this energy, you might be making peace with a person. You might be making peace with a situation. And you may be in this space where you're like, you know what? I need to let go. I need to feel empowered here. And, when we find forgiveness or we do let things go, it's not about condoning things. It's not about forgetting things either. It is about empowering ourselves to detach from emotional shackles that have kept us stuck. And this is part of this energy here. And what happens when you do that? You create this empty space, this blank void, a blank slate, if you will, like a chalkboard. What are you going to fill it back up with? So some of you could be simplifying your lives at this time. Some of you could be leaving something behind, moving forward into something better. But it's like this energy here of you're a blank slate and you're ready to fill up your world with more positive things, things that give you a lot more pleasure, right? Your fifth house energy, fill you up with knowledge and wisdom, right? And it's like a very big energy of out with the old and in with the new. So in some level, in some way, it could even be your belief systems changing, especially with Venus in your ninth house. And this can be where you are opening your mind to, a more interesting way of viewing the world. So very interesting energy there, but I do feel that there's some new beginnings on the horizon and you just need to figure out what those are. So let's get some more cards for you guys. We've got the Three of Swords, the Two of Swords, and we've got the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands, interestingly enough, it does relate back to your fifth house, and your fifth house can potentially bring some drama, as can the Five of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, though, we do have the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands can bring you some sort of news or information, something that's exciting, fun, or adventurous. In your world, the Page of Wands is quite often a card of manifestation, something manifesting in your world, and you've got to take some action. You've got to take initiative. You've got to make a move in this energy, okay? But I do feel here that in this energy, there might be some emotions running high, some tensions running high, as happens with the full moon, but also with the eclipse, right? So we got that extra intense energy coming in here for you. So this can be that some of you, because we do have peace, we've got moving forward. Some of you, communication is really going to be important at this moon, and we do have an influence of Mercury at this time, and Mercury is, of course, the planet of thoughts and communication. And so in this can be a very chatty kind of full moon for some of you, right? And especially with the Two and Three of Swords, maybe you're talking through some problems that you have with family or with friends. We do have very people-y energy in your 11th house, right? And this can be where you're resolving some issues, maybe making compromises, agreeing to disagree, that kind of thing. Of course, when we have the Three of Swords, this does bring about some heartbreak energy, some sadness, some disappointment, but it's an opportunity to allow wounds to heal, right? To bring things out to the open and to address them, talk about them, or make some decisions because of them, some things that have caused you a little bit of grief. And what do? Can you fix things? Can you heal things? Can you talk about things? Can you get things back on the same page? or is it time to let something go? So some of you do have a big healing element here. Some of you do have a repair of a situation or some relationships here. And this can also be some energy within you, right? The Five of Wands doesn't necessarily always have to represent some drama. It is a card of, it's a very people-y card usually. And it is one where, you know, we can have a lot of people with a lot of ideas and a lot of fiery, passionate energy, and everyone kind of wants to be seen, or they want their own way. So we can get a little bit of conflict. So we can get a little bit of fire there. But it can also be one just of competition, and it can be healthy competition, or it can be, you know, competition that, you know, that kind of cuts deep a little bit, right? Sometimes people get ruthless when they want to win at something. So if this is within like a family unit or something, right, there might be like some sibling rivalries, that kind of thing, or there could just be some, you know, with the eclipse, you can have some secrets that come to light there as well. So there may be something there that you're working through, whether it's with your friends, with your family. But the thing here in this energy, because we do have a lot of planets in your 11th house, and because we do have that 5th house energy, which is very fun, very lighthearted in its energy, I feel like here that some of you may be experiencing some changes at this time about who you do connect with, who you spend time with, who you associate with. So some of you here are feeling a sense of loss. You're making a decision, Two of Swords, right, to leave some sort of group behind, because what used to be perhaps collaborative and fun has now turned to something a little icky, right? Something where, you know, I mean, I myself have detached from some social groups. I'm not really into all those anyway, for the most part, but I do find that some of these social networks, they start out well, and then all of a sudden they just turn into like a bitch fest kind of thing. And it's like, oh my goodness, there's just so much negativity, or there's infighting, or, you know, people want to be in charge, that kind of thing. And I just drift away from those. I don't have time for that. So you could be changing who you do connect with out in the world, because something has maybe just, you've lost interest. It's just not working for you anymore here in this energy. But I do feel like we are resolving issues, whether that means deepening connections, deepening bonds, or whether that means walking away, because remember, we do have movement that's coming in here for you. All right. But you might be figuring out what it is you really want. There's some deep thinking energy that's coming in here, and a little bit with the Two of Swords, a little bit of indecision, right? Do I still want this thing? Do I still want this connection? Do I still believe in this thing? And so some of you are just kind of going within with the Two of Swords. You're going within, you know, and you're making a decision. You're mulling something over. And I think that you will make whatever decision that is for you. I think you will make the right choice for yourself. Of course you will, right? So let's see what else we get coming in here. But remember, the prevailing energy is peace. Oopsies, that's a lot. Is peace, and that movement, and that creating space. So some of you may need, because maybe there's a lot of people around you and you don't have a lot of time for yourself. And so in this energy with this moon, you may be figuring out, what do I need? How do I need to find more balance? Two of Swords can represent balance, takes perfect balance to hold those two swords up. How do I find space and time? How do I find more balance in my life to spend more time with my thoughts, with my feelings, or to, you know, just do something that is me, that is just for me? So you may be trying to figure that out. We have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Very, very fitting, considering we do have your Venus energy in your 9th house. And this is your belief systems, your spirituality, your religion. This is your big ideas, right? All of this energy is here. So, you know, so again, some of you are getting some deep insights into something here. Who you're meant to connect with, what are you meant to do? So there is some sort of information, some sort of epiphany moment that may come to light for you around this time. Some of you already know what you're meant to do. Are you doing it right now? right? You might be making some preparations and you might not necessarily realize it at the time, but you might be, shuffling things around and making important but difficult decisions in your life here to get yourself in alignment to doing what your soul is meant to do here. And again, with eclipses, they do bring up fated events. And so Jupiter is also very beneficial for you and can really put you in alignment with your destiny. So this can be where things are shifting, things are changing, and it all has a very, very deep, very important purpose for you. So answer that call, right? But we need to find a little bit of quiet time to contemplate and meditate and receive the messages that we're meant to receive. So there is your next card. And we have the blessing of positive thought. Beautiful, because here we've got some challenging energy coming out there with the tarot. Each time you notice a negative thought cross your mind, stop and consciously replace it with a positive one. Practice this until the pattern is broken. You will set yourself free. This is a blessing to give to yourself. It will lead you to a feeling of deep peace and contentment. Very yellow in that card. Very yellow is very positive energy. All right, and there is your next card. And we have, you are blessed regardless. Every experience enriches us and those around us in some way. Regardless of what we do achieve or what we don't achieve, do or don't do, all is a blessing in one form or another. Nothing is a mistake, for all serves a divine purpose. All is blessed. Namaste. I've been asked to leave that there for you guys. 2 yellow cards, very positive. But I've been asked to leave that there. I hope there was something here that resonated with you on some level. If there was, please take a moment to like this video. It lets me know you resonate with the reading, but it also tells YouTube the same thing and it shows it to more people. It's just how things work. Also, if you do enjoy my readings, please hit that subscribe button there, free to you. If you hit the notification bell right beside it, then you'll always, in theory, be notified whenever I post a new video, which is quite frequently. So I thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful full moon, a wonderful eclipse, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.